as the chairman of this committee, I say to you, shut the F up.
Wait a minute. Say that. STFU.
What's up at welcome sa Pochok Lock. Sa channel nito, mahilig akong sumuri ng mga relo ng mga kilalang personalidad at magbigay sa inyo ng mas abot kayang alternatibo. Nagbabalik ang mga hearing ng Blue Ribbon Committee ng Senado patungkol sa flood control projects. At dahil habang nanonood, nakakita ako ng magagandang relo, minabuti ko na sa video nito magtampok ako ng 5 sa mga pinakapaborito kong relo na nakita sa hearing noong nakarang January 19. At bukod po dyan, sa amin po ng aking asawa, napakahalagang araw po ng January 19. Sa 5 relo na titingnan natin sa video nito, 4 dyan ay mula sa mga senador. Una kay Senator Win Gatchalian, pangalawa kay Senator Bam Aquino, pangatlo kay Senator Rodante Marcoleta, at pang-4 kay Senator Erwin Tulfo. Meron po yung pang-5 ay mula naman sa Prosecutor General na si Richard Fadulion. Bago po tayo magsimula, ipa-plug ko lang ulit, tumatanggap po ako ng mga submission ng mga litrato ng mga relo o collection ng mga relo upang aking komentan sa mga video ko dito sa Pochok Lock. Hindi na akong papaligoy-ligoy pa. Tara na! Dito muna tayo sa relo ni Senator Win Gatchalian. Ang kailangan po nating tingnan dito, the color of the bezel na kulay itim yan. And then you look at the color of the dial na kulay puti yan. There appear to be subdials with black outlines. If you look at the side of the case, beside the crown, there appear to be pushers which informs us na baka chronograph ang relo na ito. At dahil sa mga katangin yan, tingin ko this is a Rolex Daytona. Reference 126500LN, nicknamed the Panda. So, ang relo na ito, madalas ko namang nafi-feature on this channel, and I think the watch needs no introduction. It's probably one of the more hyped watches these days, especially sumisikat po talaga ang mga wristwatches, and the Daytona is sort of at the forefront of that. Kapag ang isang Rolex kasi na relo pumatok, hindi nyo yun makikita sa stores, and tataas ang value niyan on the secondary market. So, ang relo na ito, retail price is very close to 1 million pesos, just 5,000 pesos less. But on the secondary market, I see it sell for up to 2.1 million pesos. And I'll tell you more later about why I think this watch is super overpriced. But let's get to the alternative to this watch first. Ang alternative na pinopropose ko ay isa na namang Timex, the Q Timex chronograph, which I selected because of the chronograph functionality, the white color of the main dial, the dark bezel. Concession-wise, visually muna. So visually kasi ang relo na ito is it doesn't have a black bezel. It's actually a really dark blue bezel. Pag tiningnan nyo din yung subdials nito, it's not white. Doesn't have the outlines, and aside from that, iba-iba yung kulay ng mga subdials nito. It's actually a unique look to this watch, and it's also a good alternative to the Zenith Chronomaster. So, ang relo na ito, aside from those visual concessions, it's important to note na finishing-wise, malayo ang relo na ito. It's rough around the edges. And in terms of the movement, this watch uses a quartz movement rather than the automatic mechanical movement that you can see or find in the Rolex Daytona 126500LN. So, ang relo naman na ito, kahit inisip natin yung mga concessions na yan, di ba? Kung idol nyo si Senator Win, gusto nyo bilhin ng relo ito, you can find it at retail sa website ng Timex for 15,000, 995,000 pesos. Almost 16,000, but it's frequently on sale. So, for example, ngayon, 12,796 pesos na lang ang price ng relo na ito. And that's still a lot of money, and yet you're spending a fraction of the cost of the Daytona Panda. And I think looks-wise kasi you achieve so much of that look. So this is a good watch for you. So dito sa relo ni Senator Bam, ang kailangan nating tingnan, the case muna. So yung shape, tapos if you look at the side of the case, may pushers dyan. Tapos tingnan natin yung bezel naman na kulay itim. And then if you look at the dial, it's also colored black, and it has black subdials without any outlines. At dahil sa mga katangian na yan, tingko this is an Omega Speedmaster Professional. But the version that was previous to the current generation of Speedmasters. Kasi in my time looking at images of Senator Bam wearing this watch, it dates back to the mid-2010s. I haven't looked farther than that, but I think it's safe to assume that this is from the previous generation of Speedmaster professionals. So ang relo na ito is nicknamed the Moonwatch, and I featured this same watch in a video last year of, again, featuring Senator Bam. But I really wanted to come back to this watch, this 2026. Kasi for me, ang classy talaga ng relo na ito. And I think I see the Daytona super frequently on the wrists of many politicians and celebrities. But the Speedmaster Professional, hindi masyado. It's nicknamed the Moonwatch because it's the first watch on the moon, having beaten brands like Rolex and Breitling to create a watch that was selected by NASA to be the official first watch on the moon. So, ang relo na ito, it's already discontinued, but it's still present in the secondary market dito sa Pilipinas, where you can see it sell for up to 300,000 pesos. And you compare that to something like the Daytona Panda, which can sell for up to 2.1 million pesos. If you just look at those numbers, this is 7 times less than that price. And I think this watch just has so much more heritage. In fact, nung natalo ng Omega yung Rolex doon sa pagiging Moonwatch na pinili ng NASA, ang tinalo nila ay ang Daytona. So if you really think about it, think about the history of these watches. The Daytona lost to Omega. And what does the Rolex Daytona have now, aside from hype? Maybe the water resistance, maybe the brand recognition. I guess yun naman talaga today, no? It's very important, the brand recognition. And a lot of times, you're paying for the brand. So still, even if the Omega Speedmaster Professional is underappreciated, I'm just happy that it's an option available to watch enthusiasts. Yung mga talagang watch enthusiasts, and not just those who are jumping on the hype. Not to say na hindi enthusiast yung mga may Daytona, no? I just find that more frequently than not, Rolex is this watch that, you know, is super hyped and people go for it. Maybe to show off, maybe to jump on the hype train, but you know, that's just me. That's not my personal style. I would go for the Omega Speedmaster every time. So, in terms of the alternative naman, kasi may kamahalan pa rin ang Omega Speedmaster Professional, I selected the Bulova Lunar Pilot. So, in its current version, 43.5 millimeter. So, in the wristwatch enthusiast community, the Bulova Lunar Pilot is also called the other Moonwatch because it's also a watch that has officially made it to the moon. And I think just thinking about that, right, talo na naman niya yung Daytona. But thinking about this watch with Bulova, an American brand, and being the second watch on the moon, it's got history behind it as well. And when you think about why I selected it as an alternative, it's because the lineage of these watches, they've made it to the moon. Aside from that, syempre, the black dial, the tachymeter, the chronograph functionality. And in terms of the concession, this movement uses a quartz movement, but it's a movement that is unique to Bulova, no, with the 262 kilohertz movement. I think it's a pretty good movement, even if it's not mechanical. Aside from that, the finishing and of course the heritage, even if this comes close to the Omega, it doesn't surpass it. So those are your key concessions. Ang relo na ito, the Bulova Lunar Pilot, pag pumunta kayo sa isang store na tinatawag na Chronos, for example sa S. Maison dito sa Pasay, katabi ng Mall of Asia, you can see it retail for 56,450 pesos. But I'm told na if you ask, you might be able to get a 20% discount. And this watch, it's pretty expensive, no, compared to some of the alternatives I normally propose on this channel. But it's still multiple times cheaper than the Omega Speedmaster Professional. It's going to be brand new as well kung bibilin niyo siya at retail. You're also getting a discount, and the heritage is also there. So hindi lang itsura ang meron sa relo na ito. Also the history is there. So if you think about it, I think this is a pretty good watch. And when I first featured the Omega Speedmaster Professional, it was recommended by subscriber Yelil136 as an alternative. So I think this one, tama siya dun. And this is a pretty good alternative. Dito naman sa relo ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta, ang kailangan nating tingnan, the case muna. So, the shape of the case na rectangular siya and the size of it. Tapos doon naman tayo sa dial na kulay puti at parang gumagamit ng Roman numerals. The watch also uses a black strap. At dahil sa mga katangin na yan, tingin ko this is a Cartier tank must in the large size. So, ang relo na ito, I've seen this many times on the wrist of Senator Rodante Marcoleta. And sinabi ko na rin in the previous video, I really admire the style of this watch, especially in this day and age na uso ngayon yung mga oversized watches, mga super sporty watches. Senator Rodante Marcoleta just knows his watches. May tank siya, and then in another video, I featured him where I thought he was wearing a Jaeger LeCoultre. So this man has good taste, not just sa buhok, pero pati rin sa mga relo. So ang tank in the large version, I see it sell for up to 200,000 pesos. And in terms of the alternative, I'm proposing the Seiko SWR 049, which dito papakita ko sa sila side by side, and I think visually you'll understand why I'm selecting this watch. In terms of the concessions lang, syempre not all of the Cartier critical design elements are there. And this one is a bit larger and the finishing will not be quite the same. But you're achieving a good portion of the look. And at a maximum of 12,000 pesos on the secondary market, you're getting that look. Kung idol nyo to si Senator Rodante Marcoleta, hindi na kayo magkakamali sa Seiko na ito. Dito naman sa relo ni Senator Erwin Tulfo, ang kailangan nating tingnan dito, the case muna. So yung case niya, pag tiningnan niyo yung hugis, parang octagon, it seems to have 8 sides. Tapos there appear to be many layers to this design. Again, on the case, pag titingin man sa kulay, parang rose gold tone siya. And then another thing on the case, the diameter of this case, it seems to be pretty huge. Nagmumukha siyang plato sa wrist ni Senator Erwin Tulfo. Tapos tingnan naman natin yung dial na parang kulay itim. And there appears to be a complicated display. And if you look at the strap, it appears to have a dark colored leather strap. At dahil sa mga katangian nito, this is a Bulgari Octo Finissimo chronograph GMT. So, the Octo Finissimo, there are two main important elements to this name. Una yung Octo, which stands for 8. And Finissimo, which is Italian for super, super fine. And so, that's just sort of what this line of watches from Bulgari is all about. It's making these super thin, 8-side cased watches. So, ang relo na ito, it's got a very thin movement at 3.3 millimeters. And for such a movement na maging super nipis, syempre it has to go somewhere, and I think that's why this is a super large watch when you look at just the diameter at 43 millimeters. Like ko naman sinasabi sa channel na ito, I'm a fan of classical sizing, and this one is absolutely not classically sized. But of course, Senator Erwin Tulfo, you do you can wear whatever you like, but ako personally, I'm not a fan of this style of watch na super nipis pero sobrang laki ng diameter. I think ang hirap niyan dalhin. Just, parang mag-overhang yan sa wrist ko kasi. Kasi the 43 millimeters is the diameter, but the lug to lug is probably bigger than that. So ang relo na ito, retail price is 2.263 million pesos. And I don't see it sell all that often sa secondary market dito sa Pilipinas. I do see it sell sa secondary or gray marketplaces like Chrono24. But if you think about the taxes and duties and shipping costs that you would have to pay, I think the 2.263 million pesos is a good indicator of how much you might acquire this watch for if you reasonably target it. Doon naman sa alternatives, ang napili ko ay isang Casio, the G-Shock GM2100G1A9. So kaya ko to napili because of the gold tone case and the dark strap and the size of the case as well. In terms of the concession, quartz ang movement ng relo na ito, and it's got a hybrid digital and analog display instead of the classical display on the Octo Finissimo. And this is also a rugged watch where the Octo Finissimo is trying to be this super elegant watch. This one is quite rugged. Pero ang SRP kasi ng relo na ito, 16,080 pesos. And so for this look, lalo na yung size ng relo na ito, I think the G-Shock at this size is more appropriately sized than the Octo Finissimo. And the G-Shock line from Casio, it's these really durable watches that have had a legacy since the 1970s and the 1980s. So I think if you think about it, this just for me might be the better watch. Dito naman sa relo ni Prosecutor General Richard Fadulion, ang kailangan nating tingnan muna. So, doon tayo sa case, no? Yung size niya, medyo malaki siya sa wrist ni Mr. Fadulion. Tapos tingnan natin yung hugis nito na parang cushion style siya. If you look at the side of the case doon sa may bandang crown, you'll see a crown protecting device. And then if you look at the dial naman, the color, it appears to be white. And there appears to be a sub-dial opposite the position of the crown. At bukod dyan, meron siyang brown strap na ginagamit. At dahil sa mga katangin na yan, tingin ko this Panerai PAM 660. So it's a Luminor. And I featured this watch before. Panerai does have a good heritage as well. And these super dedicated Panerai fans are what they call Paneristas. But Panerai kasi, it has a good heritage and I think it's very recognizable. I think from afar, you can really recognize if a watch is Panerai, lalo na yung size, yung hugis ng case, tapos yung crown protecting device, lalo na pag Luminor. Very recognizable and ginamit ito ng Italian military nung gera, or mga gera nung mid-1900s. So, ang relo na ito, it's already discontinued by I still see it sell on the secondary market dito sa Pilipinas for up to 220,000 pesos. So, ang alternative naman na naisip ko ay isang Ibarra. I'll just put the reference of this watch dito sa screen nyo para makita nyo ng maigi. But this Ibarra watch, of course, from a Filipino brand, I think it's a pretty good looking watch which I selected because of the cushion case and the use of sub-dials, but the similarities do end there. Sa concessions kasi, visually pa lang, this watch is sized at 40 millimeters, walang crown protecting device. It doesn't have that same heritage, but it's from a Filipino brand and maganda naman, na-appreciate natin ang mga gawa dito sa Pilipinas na mga design, no? I think this is a pretty good watch and just visually, I would buy this watch. Siguro ang drawback lang for me, one thing holding me back from buying it is the movement, which is quartz. But for those of you who do not mind, I think this is a good watch for you. It retails for 8,700 pesos sa website ng Ibarra, and I think this is just a good option. It's a good looking option which is very classy. Again, I would buy this watch if it had a mechanical movement. Ayun! Nakita na tayo ng 5 sample ng mga relo na nakita habang naghihiring ang Blue Ribbon Committee ng Senado patungkol sa flood control projects nitong nakaraang January 19, 2026. At sa 5 relo na tiningnan natin sa video nito, ang pinaka-paborito ko dyan, yung Omega Speedmaster, na tingin ko suot ni Senator Bam Aquino. I really love how flexible this watch is. Na-feature ko na ang relo na ito before, and I've seen it on many photos of Senator Bam Aquino, but he changes the strap. Napaka-flexible po talaga ng relo na ito. And aside from that, the history behind this watch, being the first watch worn on the moon, when you compare it to something like the Daytona, na napaka-overhyped, overpriced, overvalued, I think the Omega Speedmaster, just compared to that watch, aside from being accessible or more accessible, it's just a better watch overall para sa akin lang naman. At doon naman po tayo sa alternatives. Ang pinaka-paborito ko dyan, yung Casio G-Shock na Casio na kulay gold with the black strap. I really love this combo. Alam niyo naman on this channel, I keep saying my grail watch is the Rolex Yachtmaster 126655. And this watch, I would say, at this price point, brings that vibe. And I think it's a good alternative to the Bulgari. Although, in terms of the look, you're not going to get that elegance. Sa presyo na ito, sulit na sulit na. Pero opinion ko lang po yan. Kung iba po ang inyong opinion, kung tingin nyo meron pang ibang relo na mas angkop bilang alternative, let me know in the comment section down below. Kung nagustuhan nyo ang video na ito, please hit the like button. At kung trip nyo yung ganitong klaseng content, watch reviews, pagsuri sa mga relo ng mga kilalang personalidad, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat sa oras ng panonood. Laters, yo!